Shout out my haters, I know that you're watching. Plotting and wishing and praying that I fall. I know you don't like me, I know that you hate me, but middle finger to them all. Hey, middle finger to them all.
What's poppin'? Another episode of Humans Are Trash podcast. Podcast is simply about the hypocrisy of humans. You know, we all hypocrites. We all fall short. We all take these stands and ain't nobody gonna take me off my block. Nobody gonna take me off my square. You be right there, hypocritical, flipping, put in the right situation. So this episode, we'll talk about weight, aka big people, aka fat people, aka all of those things, you know, we not supposed to say. You know, one of the biggest places with a weight problem is America. You know, pound for pound, we're one of the heaviest, if not the heaviest countries per capita of any country, on any industrialized country on the planet. Now, I think there's many reasons why that is. But I think one of the big things is, I think a lot of people who big, they big because they want to be big. If I'm keeping it all the way 100, you're big because you want to be big. And when I say want, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm trying to be a overweight person. I mean you that because you won't make the changes necessary to change up what you are. You refuse to make them changes. Like, I got friends who used to be extremely obese, and they have lost the weight. And after they lost the weight, one of the things that they'll tell you is it took a life change commitment. It ain't just working out. See what I'm saying? That's one of those misconceptions. You know, you just work out, you'll lose the weight. You temporarily, yeah, but you got to make a complete lifestyle change. And that lifestyle, that's working out, that's a piece of it. How you eat, that's a piece of it. Getting rest, that's a piece of it. Staying stagnant, not moving around, you know what I'm saying, eating and laying down. All those are lifestyle changes, things that you have to 100% be cognizant of at all times. But we don't do that. You know, I think a lot of people, you know, we make excuses for people being overweight. Like we turn them into celebrities. We got whole TV shows dedicated to people who are morbidly obese, and we make them stars and celebrities. So you got other people who are morbidly obese, and it's like, yo, what's my motivation to lose weight? I could be a star because I could be on one of these TV shows, you know. And I think we glorify it. Then I think we have a tendency, especially in America, to make excuses for people who are obese. You know, we say stuff like, be proud of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with being okay with the skin you in. You are absolutely correct. There's nothing wrong with being okay with the skin you in. But there's also nothing wrong with being okay with the skin you in, but recognizing the fact that the skin you in is unhealthy. See, that's the thing about it. Well, you know, and I done heard all the excuses. Well, you know, it's unhealthy, skinny people too. You're right, there are, but we ain't talking about them. How about that? We not talking about them. We talking about you. We talking about people that's overweight. We ain't even before we even get to the morbidly obese people. We just talking about people that's overweight. And I'm not just talking about a little bit overweight. I'm talking about you're uncomfortable in your clothes overweight. Most of the people that I know who are overweight, again, it's by choice because you choose to not do the things that you need to do. And the crazy thing about it is, if you're extremely overweight, the initial changes to lose the first part of the weight ain't even drastic. It's simple. Like if you 5'2", 300 pounds, if you simply just start walking a little bit every single day, you'll start to lose weight. If you start walking every single day, you'll start to lose weight. Now, nobody say you're finna drop from 300 to 150, but you'll start losing weight. If you just walk consistently about a mile every day, 7 days a week, you will start to lose weight. It's little simple changes like that. If you're 300 pounds, you 5'2", you 300 pounds. If you cut back on the amount of food you eat, drastically, like just drop down to, let's say, 2,500 calories a day. 2,500 calories a day, and you walk. Just walk a mile every day and drop down to 25. You will lose weight. Stop eating out. Stop eating out and cut your portions down. You'll start to lose weight. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, these are the small changes that I'm talking about that you can make to lose weight. But the thing about it is most people aren't going to make these changes, which is, especially in America, which is one of the reasons why we have a weight problem. And the thing about it is we don't even care about it. See, this is where the hypocrisy comes into it. We don't care that we have a weight problem. We have one of the highest rates of diabetes in the world. That's onset by unhealthy eating habits, unhealthy living habits. It's diabetes that's curable, that people could, by simply diet changes and simply losing weight, will be gone. We have more of those people in the U.S. than anywhere else, but we don't care. Healthy food is significantly more expensive than the bad food. Ain't no 2 for $20 healthy meals out there. They just ain't out there like that. It is the food system in America is geared towards you eating as much as possible and eating as unhealthy as possible, because they try and kill you off. That's I really believe that because if you die, then you die on Social Security, they got to pay for you, no health care costs, all that stuff. But the reality is these people are getting unhealthy and they're on the healthcare system and they're costing. So there's this ideology of keeping them unhealthy. That's not working. You see, and in the United States, for example, other countries, they walk. They walk, and mass transportation is big. And mass transportation is a big thing, and it helps with that because typically you have to walk to the train. You have to walk to the bus. It's not just right at your front doorstep. See, so that makes you have to move. Other countries do stuff like ride bikes and all stuff, but none of these things have a high priority in the United States. None of them, especially like in the South. Like in California, there is a gang of sidewalks. You can walk almost anywhere in California. New York, in the Northeast, a lot of places you can walk in the Northeast, no problem, because they walk in those areas. But like Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, places like that, they don't have sidewalks like that. They don't have sidewalks because they don't care if you walk, which is again why obesity runs rampant in the Southeast of the United States. Obesity, bad eating habits run rampant in the South in the United States. It is crazy. Per capita, we have some of that. We have the highest rates of diabetes. We have the highest rate of heart disease. We have the highest rate of cardiovascular problems. All of these things there that can be directly traced back to weight and eating habits and those things like that. They're among some of the worst in the South. But we don't care. We not doing that about it. We not out here stumping for sidewalks because we don't care that people are overweight. We tell them what we do is we pat them on the back. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to lose weight. If you happy, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. See, that's the hypocrisy of it. Do you want them to be healthy and live a longer life, or you want them to just be happy? See, because sometimes what you need and what you want to make the same things. You want to be happy at this weight, but what you need to do is lose weight. See, they make the same thing. And see, let me tell you one of the things I hear super often is, well, yeah, I'm 5'2" and 300 pounds, but I don't have no health problems. I'm healthy. I ain't got diabetes. You know, right now. But if you're 5'2" and 300 pounds, and I keep using that because that's a simple example. Your heart is working double, maybe even triple. So you're in danger. I guarantee you're in danger of a heart attack or stroking out or something like that. So just because you're not diabetic or you haven't had any health issues at this point, don't mean you're not. And if you 5'2" or 300 pounds, you walk, your walking is labor, your breathing is labor. I'm willing to bet cash money you probably have sleep apnea. So your breathing is erratic, so you're not getting. If you have sleep apnea and you don't have a machine and all this stuff right here, then you're not getting healthy sleep every night. See what I'm saying? But these are things that you don't care about, because in America, all we care about is you feeling good mentally. As long as you feel good, it's okay. But you died when you was 40. And you didn't have to. You died because you was 40, because you listen to these people telling you don't need to lose weight. You listen to these people tell you be happy in your skin. Then all these full-figured women celebrities, they tell you, oh, go ahead, big girls unite and all this stuff right here. Meanwhile, they losing weight. Leaving your ass swole. That's what they doing. Lizzo, big girls, she lost weight. Monique, big sister, she lost weight. They all lose weight while telling you to be okay with who you are. And so we clear, because I know how people are. People going to hear what they want to hear. This is not about dogging you out because of your size. I'm a proponent of being healthy. And the reality is, if you're 5'2" and 300 pounds, you're not healthy. That's a fact. That's not how I feel. That's not an assumption. It's not healthy. And again, just because you don't have health issues today does not mean they're not coming. Any doctor on this planet will tell you it's not healthy to be 5'2" and 300 pounds. There's no such thing as a 5'2", 300 pound healthy woman. It's not. It's not. No such thing as a 5'2", 300 pound healthy man. There's no such thing as that. Again, when we talk about lack of visible, or not visible, lack of diagnosed health issues, has nothing to do with what you have right now, because those things are coming. Believe you me, they're coming. And again, companies don't care about you. They don't want you to lose weight. You see the size of a large soda at the movie theater. There's no way in the hell no human should be ordering a 48-ounce soda at any point in time. But we do it. That shouldn't even be a damn option, but it is at the movie theater, to go along with the popcorn and all this other stuff. That's what we're doing at the movie theater, because we don't care. It's a McDonald's on damn near every corner in America. And we all know from a health perspective how unhealthy McDonald's is. Now, and again, nobody's asking you to completely upheave your life if you're just a normal eater. But the reality is, and the hypocrisy is, we all eat stuff we shouldn't be eating, and which is one of the things that contributes to our waistlines being disproportionate in America. That's it. I'm not coming down. Nobody's telling you, oh, you fat. Laugh, call me fat. Nobody's calling you fat. I'm calling you unhealthy. And you gotta do better. Do you want to be better, or do you just want to feel good about yourself? And let me say this. I think a lot of times when we see these extremely overweight people with these high energy personalities and the self-esteem that appears to be through the roof, I propose that they ain't as happy as they say they are. They're miserable. First of all, I know you're uncomfortable, and I'm not telling you I think you're uncomfortable. I have friends who are big people, and they will tell you this is not comfortable. They are honest. They're like, this is not comfortable. And if any other big person tell you they comfortable, they're lying to you. So I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what my friends, people who classify themselves as being big and recognize that they need to lose weight themselves, will tell you that that is not comfortable. So I don't know how you could be happy walking around every day uncomfortable. But again, you listen to these people tell you it's okay. I remember it's this actress, white lady. She's extremely obese, and the comment section of her social media was telling she needs to lose weight, and people was like, "You don't need to lose weight. These people need to mind it." See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, that's one of them things, and that we do as humans. We placate people. We coddle people, and we don't. We say we want to tell people the truth, but we really don't want to tell people the truth if we feeling like it's going to make them uncomfortable. But the truth most of the time is uncomfortable. A hard truth is uncomfortable. A hard truth can be abrasive. A hard truth can feel rude. A hard truth can feel disrespectful, but it's not. It's just a hard truth. And the hard truth is that woman needs to lose weight. She needs to lose weight. And you can feel how you want to feel and give all of this kumbaya-ish if you want to. But you know, like I know, that that's not healthy. You know that. But y'all too busy not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings. So you rather not hurt someone's feelings than to help them. And don't get it twisted. I know y'all live in a world of extremes. So some of y'all hear that and think that Lab is saying go to people's page and go in on them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't buy into the coddling. When people say, "Hey, it's okay, you don't need to," like, that's not true, babe. It's unhealthy, and I would love to see you in a healthier place in your life. You can say stuff like that, and that's the truth. I want to see you healthy. You ain't got to walk up a corner like, "You big fat." No, it don't take all that. Now you're doing too much. Now you just been a jerk, and because it don't take that. Because the reality is, you think a person who's obese don't know that? They know. They know. You know when you was in high school and you was a woman, you wearing a size 2, or you a man, you was wearing a medium. You know that a 4X is a long way from that damn medium. Ain't nobody got to tell you that. And you don't need nobody to walk up on you and say that. But I think their door out and their excuse, their back door to this whole situation is when people act like it's not a reality of theirs. That's how they get off. I think that's how we let them slide. That's how we allow them to go from just being obese to becoming morbidly obese. And you can see it. And when you watch these shows, My 600-Pound Life and stuff like that, you can see it. You can see it. You can see it because these people, their family, their friends, they bring food. There's no reason why a person who's 900 pounds, confined to their bed, cannot cook for themselves, cannot go out and eat, cannot do any of those things for themselves. There's no reason why they should still be gaining weight. The only way, or maintaining that weight, the only way a person who's 900 pounds who can't get out the bed is maintaining that weight or still putting on weight, it's the people around them are bringing them food. They're co-conspirators. See what I'm saying? But these are the same people that in the same breath will say they care about them. I love her. I love him. You know, when he doesn't eat, you know, he's sad. And so it's not going to kill him or her to miss 1 or 2 meals or to cut down to 1 meal. Because if you don't cook it for them, they can't eat it. They can't get up and go to the kitchen. They can't go out and get nothing to eat. So if you never bring it to the house, then they can't eat it. If you never cook it, then they can't have it. It can be done by sim. But then another problem behind that is most overweight people, the people around them are overweight too. Their family members. Typically, a child is overweight because their mom is overweight, or the father is overweight, or mother and father is overweight, or typically, like a lot of times, the whole family's overweight. Mom's overweight, father's overweight, kids are overweight. They all have unhealthy lifestyles, and they feed off each other's unhealthy lifestyles. They eat unhealthy, they cook unhealthy. They're not an active family, and everybody. Instead of coming together and say we as a family have to do better, they don't do that. What's the word I'm looking for here? They link up and they go down this road of degradation together is what they do. The whole family does. Again, whether it's just mom and child, father and child, mom and dad and child, they all do it together. So how do you? We have to find a better way of doing it. And don't get me wrong, I understand where some of y'all are coming from. Some of y'all want these people. You figure, I've heard the excuses. They got to come to the realization themselves, and you're right, they do. But they're not going to come to this realization themselves. They're not going to do these things with you babying them. They're enabler. That's the word I was looking for. They're not going to come to this place with you enabling them. And that's the thing about it. A lot of us are enablers. I can't be the only one who's out somewhere eating and you see someone who's extremely overweight and they eating something. You're like, yo, you probably shouldn't be eating that. Now, of course, you don't say nothing because it ain't none of your business. But the fact that you see it and you recognize it, that's part of the problem, is the fact that that person is out eating like that. That's how they've gotten to be where they are. But I guess nobody in their family said anything to them because you can't, because we've made it now to where stepping to someone about their weight is you fat shaming. That's what they say. You're fat shaming, you're body shaming. You're being a bully. You're doing all of these things. Meanwhile, you're dying at 50 from something that was 100% preventable. It's just, it makes no sense to me. It's like we can't say we care about someone, but then turn around and allow them to eat themselves to death, literally. You can't. How do you care about somebody? And you never say anything for fear of hurting their feelings. That doesn't. I don't understand that. If I care about you and you have a toxic personality trait or a toxic behavior trait, I'm going to say something to you. I am. Now, I can't. You grown. I can't make you listen. I can't make you do nothing about that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to say something, and you're not going to be able to say, I wish my friends would have said something. Y'all didn't see this happen. Everybody saw this happen to me and nobody said nothing. That's not going to be the case. If you get to be extremely overweight around me, you will have been told at some point in time. I will have said something to you. And again, I'm not going to be rude or disrespectful because I care about you. I think maybe that's what this comes down to. The people that say they care about these obese people, you got to say something. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I know people who need to lose weight. They know they need to lose weight, but they won't do what they got to do. They won't do it. And what can you do about that? You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, my frustration is, if I know you need to lose weight, you know you need to lose weight, and we've had this conversation and you're still not doing it, but then you come to me complaining about the fact that you haven't lost weight, but we both know you haven't made any of the modifications you need to make in your life to lose that weight. You're agitating me because now I can't be supportive of bullshit. I just can't, because that's what you're feeding me right now. You're feeding me the bull because I want to make, no, you don't. Again, we're not talking about you jumping up, running marathons. We're not talking about you just full body workout 7 days a week. No, that's not what we're talking about. Again, it's simple. Start walking a mile every day. Just walk a mile every day. If it's raining, get your ass on the treadmill. If it's cold, get your ass on the treadmill. Get a gym membership. Planet Fitness, $10 damn. There's no excuse. If you're extremely overweight, you blowing $10 on food every month. So just cut back on one of those items and you will start to lose weight. It's baby steps. First you crawl, then you walk, then you run. It ain't complicated. But I don't think y'all gonna do it. Why? Because that's how this thing works. You know, it's the hypocrisy of humans. We say we want one thing, but we don't do what we need to do to get that thing. That's us. Because we trash. Hey man, yo, share the podcast every week, new episodes. So check it out. It's always something about the hypocrisy of us, because that's what we are. Humans are trash. That's the name of the podcast, because that's what we are. We as a species fall extremely short of where we need to be, where we should be as a species in relation to advancing. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before there ain't no more us no more, unless we evolve into a better us. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Who knows? But for right now, y'all trash.
Shout out my haters, I know that you're watching. Plotting and wishing and praying that I fall. I know you don't like me, I know that you hate me. But middle finger to them all.